Okay, I'm gonna do a test music. This is not the real start.
That's okay. I already hit start recording now.
Can you hear it?
No.
What'd you do wrong? This is not my fault this time. Here we go. Welcome to Pokémon GO Podcast, where I can hear all the music, but now they're making me feel like the music's the Tyler Durden of my soul. I'm the Rock God Podcasting, Charles McFall. If you get the reference, good on you. Joe underscore Ard, who is always saying, it's Charles. Charles is the Rock God of technical difficulties. Oh, really, Joe? Because everything's working on my side, you dirty hippie.
It was partially coming through a tiny bit, and they will see that on the VOD on YouTube. I'm guessing that you have some noise canceling settings that are throwing it off.
Oh, you see how it is. You see how it is. I have noise canceling things that are throwing it off. Okay, joking. All right, that's not anything that we're here to talk about right now. Hey, I did some cool stuff in the game. I charged my gotcha. I used my gotcha. I think there was an event on Sunday. I did a little bit of that. And I got invited to some raids. And I'm looking at my phone. Actually, I didn't do photos on everything. I did photos on some things. But I named the people I played with. So, AZ Lincoln, right? I didn't get the chance to name that Pancham. I got invited to Pancham with Lincoln. And here's the thing. Now there's another one. I got to pull it up to remember who did it with me. I named that Pancham after the person that invited me so I could give them full credit because, that's how I like to roll. But the reason I bring up AZ Lincoln first is because today he invited me. I was picking up some dinner for the family or whatever. But I'll take a second. And the counter was counting down. And I was like, cool, we're going to about in a minute. And then something happened. And I don't know what happened, but I looked away for more than a few seconds. And I looked back. It was like, good job. You got the Pancham. And it's sitting there. It's like, so he handed me a Pancham basically because he just went in and pow, pow, pow. You know what, Joe? I'm watching your chat. You're gonna get banned. You're gonna get banned from chat.
Well,
but yeah. So
when you lean too close to the microphone, I can hear myself as well.
Oh my goodness, you guys are killing me. How about that? Is that better? Default. No, screw you guys. I'm going home. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
It's okay, Charles.
Heartwarming story.
We love you anyway.
He defeated this Pancham all by himself, and then handed it to me. So I got my second Pancham from AZ Lincoln for that. But Popeye, I named it Popeye Cham after Popeye, so I remember that I did it with him. Xerneas, I did another one or two Xerneas raids. Apparently, I picked up a shiny Azumarill. I don't think that's all. I think that's it.
Well, that would make sense since there was a Merrill event this weekend that we were both so charged for it.
Yes, that was the event. You are right, sir. And I'm going to pull it up to do that. Okay, yeah. So I did catch a number of Azumarills. Now, that was interesting. I will say that event was interesting because it wasn't just like a day where you just catch a billion of them. You had to do certain things, and the reward was constantly a Azumarill. For the podcast, I'm closing my mouth and crossing my arms because yet again in the chat, Joe's typing. His mic is muffled. Oh, really? Because on the podcast, these awesome people are going to hear how crisp and clear and amazing I sound. I'm like, Joe's crazy.
You know what's going to happen, though? Some of the podcast listeners are going to go back and check the VOD on YouTube and be like, oh, that's what they were talking about.
But it's not my fault. You handle that side of it. What did you do? What's your experience, Joe?
My experience has been pretty good this week. Caught a couple more Goomy, which is good. Got myself a green-eyed Jigglypuff, which is, his color is very slightly different. But other than that, yeah, the green eyes pretty fun. So That's pretty awesome. I caught a bunch of Meryl, but didn't end up getting a shiny one from the event. Um, I did do I did a Pancham raid. I'm trying to remember someone in posted in Fight Club. Was it Shiftworks? It was Shiftworks. Shiftworks posted on our Discord and said, "Hey, anyone want to hop in on a Pancham raid?" And a bunch of us were like, "Yes, yes, very much so." And so got in there, got myself a Pancham. Um, Actually, I should start walking him so that when I catch dark types, I can evolve it into Pangoro. Because his stats aren't half bad for PvP. So, because it's 10, 10, 13, 14. So not perfect, but still not half bad. So, yeah.
You know, I learned something a little bit this week. You're talking about stats, and it reminded me Dennis Robinson of Botched still plays the game and actively. I'm like, oh, cool. That's good to know. So if there's ever a last minute out with Joe or I, if Joe wants to, he can call Dennis, but I will be to say, hey, man, can you jump on? But he was talking about how he had to dig and look up stuff because he's like, he says, yeah, I learned how a 000 shadow Pokemon is better than 15s or something. I forget how he phrased it. I'm like, okay, man, that'd be the coolest thing. Why don't you write in or call in and ask these questions, and there'd be great interaction. And he's, oh, because I learned what it was. I'm like, fine, then just tell me. Tell me what it was.
Yeah, so that's not quite right, but he is along the right lines. Generally, you want a 0 for the attack stat, and then high in the defense and
yeah. See, that's what School of Rock is saying. What Dennis was saying is because the shadow.
for Mewtwo.
Did I say something wrong? And maybe he meant specifically on Mewtwo. I don't know. But the shadow gives a 20% boost. So if you're already at a certain level, you'll get 20% over that. So he used damage like if damage is 300, if it's 15, 15, 15, it'll be 315 boost each of those things or whatever. I mean, it'd be 300 plus 15, but a 20% boost would be like 300 plus 60 or something like that. So that's yeah. That was his anyway. The point was the stats reminded me of something that Dennis might be making appearances here whenever if Joe ever has to call out or I call out. But what else went on? Panchams. Nobody has the new. Can we have what was the name of it? Xerneas? Winus. Where's Winus? Where's the Y and XY?
Yveltal
Yeah,
is coming out this week. It's been Xerneas.
Yeah. So thank you for everybody who's doing the Xerneas ones. Every once in a while, I still miss. I love that the message comes up on the phone. I got to see if I can't get it to notify me on my watch because if I can get that, I can get it a little bit faster. But I've been catching some of these invites. It's really cool. See, and man, look at that. Just recounting that story from Dennis. Lots of good input here. There. Next week, Charles, Jacket K says a new legend is coming with the events. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that we don't drop off this really great habit you guys have developed of hey, let's invite Charles to raid with us because I've been appreciating that. And Niantic, I tell you, we dog on Niantic a lot, but we always call out when they do something right. They have made the notifications work better. I complained about it, I don't know, a month or two ago on the show about how the notifications don't really work because by the time you get it, the whole thing's done. Now, if I get it within, now it's on me to see it in time. But I've found lately over the last couple of weeks, when I look at my phone and go, oh, Rock Eddie invited you to a raid, which I never see because he only invites Joe. But if I saw one, I'm like, oh, and I hit, and if it says less than a minute ago or now or didn't have a time on it, I know I can get in. I tap it, opens the game, takes me right to the raid, where I have to tap on the invite, right? But I don't have to like load and find it. It takes me right to tap on the invite. And I touch it. I'm almost always getting in with 60 seconds or so left on the countdown. See, just rub it in my face, Rocketti. I see how. Oh, wait. I got an invite too. You're complaining. And he got me an invite. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Rocketti. I appreciate you. But yeah, this Pancham is pretty cool. Oh, no. I gotta get raid passes. All right, I did it. And they made that even better. It goes, oh, you don't have a raid pass. Just offer me which one you want to buy, 1 or 3. Got 3? Boom. Now, man, 67 seconds left to go. That's what I'm talking about, Niantic. Way to up your game. I don't have
That's
round of applause.
been that
on my
way for a
board.
while, by the way.
You know how I am. I notice patterns. Notice patterns. You didn't say good job, Niantic. You didn't call it out and say, woo!
Good
I
job.
did.
Good job, Charles.
Rock out of no, good job, Niantic. Rock out of love. That's oh, all right, Joe.
Rock God of Love.
Yeah, because I'm sharing the love with Niantic. So other than that, I mean I saw the candies. You got what, one, maybe two Panchams? You had 6 candies.
Yeah, I've caught one Pancham so far. But
Gotcha.
yeah, I used a pin app on it. Got to get them candies.
Rock out of love to complain. Hey, if you're new to the show, or if you're listening to the podcast only, we do this live on Thursday nights. We have a good time. It really is a good time to be out here on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Pokemon GO Podcast. But we play a game as we go through. So if you're new to it and you're here live right now, you do that exclamation point and the letter S, hit the space bar, and then anything and everything you type after that will be suggested as a title. And for the podcast listeners, that's how those titles get chosen each week. So if you've got some good ideas on titles, I'll be honest, you can email us too. Now, it obviously will be too late for the title because we pick it night of recording, but I'd love to hear some. I'd love to hear alternatives to episode 241. It should have been called this. Put your 2 cents in. Have fun with it. Or come out on a Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, and watch with us live and play that game. So it's a lot of fun. Dooley Productions wrote bang ass, exclamation point ass, hit the space bar is what he typed out. And he could submit it as a title. Now I know I've talked a lot, Joe. By the way, don't drink this thing called Super Coffee. It doesn't hype you up, but it definitely lets you smell colors. And it's really cool.
Lets you smell colors. Oh, man.
Okay, why is Scott? Why is School of Rock Eddie saying pop an egg as soon as you catch it?
Because we did a raid together, which means we're going to be ultra friends.
Oh, so it's going to pop up and go, oh, you're ultra friends, and then give you a ton of experience.
Just like it just
All
did.
right, boom, 100,000. Yeah, slightly
And
behind. Yeah.
I accidentally popped an extra incense, so now I've got incense lasting for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's not lasting for 3 hours.
Let me catch this one because another invite's going out. All right, Joe, I know I kind of talked on you there. Did you get every experience out that you wanted to talk about?
Of mine, yes. But why don't we hop on over to the Discord?
Discord.
Yeah. So let me get out of here. Hop over to the Discord, and I'm probably in the wrong Discord. Nope, I'm in the right one. It's a Christmas miracle in May.
I won 100 raids with a friend and just got a medal with it.
Well, that's another Christmas miracle. See, I remember talking about those last week. All right, there we go. So we've got canned beans. Apparently, Xerneas is canned beans' favorite Pokemon, and so very happy to get themselves a canned bean, to get themselves a Xerneas.
I did know earlier this week. I don't know why I didn't pick up on this before. Well, it wasn't tonight. It was like after the show last week. But you know how animals like to show love by jumping and pawing on you and stuff? Xerneas will murder you because those are sword feet. Yes, I see the
sword feet. Stab,
oh,
stab.
Look at them. Look at them.
Yep.
Those are swords for feet. It's a nightmare.
Oh, man.
And canned beans, I get it. You like them. I'm not trying to dog it. It just scared me when I saw it. Like, wait a minute. That realization.
Clearly, they need some cork hooves.
Dooley got the shiny baby.
Nope.
Right?
That's
no,
just the
I
mare.
evolved mine. It goes gold. It changes. Yeah. Mine's some real. Yep. All right. You got more. No, okay. That's what I started talking about, Joe, as we go through this. He talked about the shiny Meryl. What did you think about how that event went, where you went and caught, what was it? It was like catch 2 with nice throws, 2 I mean, it's an easy thing to complete, and every completion gave you a Meryl to try to catch.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty typical for a research event, so I don't know. I was kind of indifferent about it, to be honest.
Oh, no groups found. Maybe I don't participate in that many research events. Probably don't. But I thought it was cool. But it was
What?
It was location permit. Joe spoofing on stream. We caught you, Joe.
I am not.
We
All
caught
right.
you, Joe. I love your
I don't
Wi-Fi.
spoof.
I love your Wi-Fi network.
Oh, did you see what it was there?
Yeah, Infinity Gauntlet.
Yep.
That's awesome. Everybody, his password is Snap.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Oh, Snap. There it is.
Yeah, see, look, it says my location settings as always. These people are dumb.
And there you go, Joe the Nianticator. Yeah, sorry. But all right. Back to Discord. Why would we do this?
Yes, back to Discord, where Dooley caught 4 shiny Meryl. Canned
Nice.
Beans showing off 4 shiny Meryl as well, although 2 were evolved into Azumarill, and also caught 2 100% Meryls. So that's pretty awesome as well. I hit the X button down at the bottom of the screenshot instead of the X at the top left. That gets me quite a bit.
Dooley was asking, because going back to the chat, Dooley was asking, was there actually an end or did the events continue forever? And I'm with Jack. Okay, no, it actually ended. It was about 5 or 6 pages. I lost count of, you did the 3 different things you had to do, caught the Meryls, and then you got another Meryl, right? And then you did another page. I did it in about 40 minutes. But yeah, it was an end, but it was decent.
And there was a glitch to where you could do all of them twice. So
I wish I had that glitch.
Yeah, so if you finished it quickly, they actually reset it, and so you could do it a second time because the event glitched.
Jackie K said he counted 10, but some people said 20. That might be the pages. That might be the glitch. Then that would make sense. 10 to 20. But I did enjoy it. It was good. All right, next.
Canned Beans really likes the yellow Azumarill, and so does Mr. Tambourine. I have previously mentioned, and I stick by it, that while the yellow is fine, I prefer the green of Meryl. So.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep. Dooley, experience of the year with the shiny Mew.
Ooh, that is tight. That is good.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, get it out of habit or whatever. I would not have even measured it because to get disappointing stats would take away, but the shiny Mew doesn't matter, man. It's so cool, so cool.
Yeah, and I like that baby blue color that Mew and Ditto have. So, and in chat we've got Dooley and US Nate Scout saying that they prefer the green as well. We might have a little bit of a Pokemon GO podcast civil war going on here between yellow and green. Just saying. Charles is just like, yeah, no. Fake drama. And then disappointing Terry is now best buds with 100% I don't know who 100% is. I don't think they're in our.
It's a humbo.
Oh, best buddies. Sorry, I was thinking best friends. It's his Pokemon. Oh man.
Well, knowing Terry, it is his best friend too, but that's here and there.
Oh man. And then this is a new patron.
Welcome to your patron, Kitten Snipes.
Yeah.
Knives? Oh, I bet it's knives. I know it's spelled different.
Yeah. N high fives. Kittens and high fives.
Okay, that could be it too. Either way, cool name.
Yeah, kittens and high fives, I think is what it is.
We will be shouting you out again a little bit later.
But yeah, shiny Shadow Beldum. Pretty awesome nice. There. Yeah. Old Man Tup with a shiny Gible. And pretty good stats on that Gible as well. Looks to be, I think that's 12, 13, 15.
That's what I would say, yeah.
A Nate, US Nate Scout, a Nate catch, because Charles' Gotcha is still screaming for the life force. So, so a U.S. State Scout got a shiny Dratini, and Charles got a spit take.
I did a little bit. I was screaming for the life force.
Disappointing Terry got a shiny Gible, which,
I
14, 14, 15. Shiny Gible. Wow. Good stuff. Popeye showing off 2 shiny Merrills, a 100% Azumarill, and a shiny Piplup from this past week. We've got Mac showing off 3 shinies and 100%. So the shinies are Gible, Merrill, and the 100% is a Ralts. And then we've got Dooley. Ooh, nice. So we've got the Mew, Dratini, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Merrill, and an Azumarill, all shiny. Very nice. And then we've got Dooley showing off the stats on his Mew, which is named Zee. Interesting. But anyway, 84% IVs. It's 10, 15, 13. Very nice. That's a...
That's it. Well, way to end. I mean, it's a good note to end on.
Oh, Dooley says that Z, it's named after his old cat. She was a Russian blue.
In Russia, cat catch Pokemon.
The Pokemon don't catch you. The cats catch the Pokemon for you.
Yeah.
You just got to train an army of cats, and they throw the Pokeballs.
So we had a discussion last week. How would the game change if Niantic limited the number of times you could catch each Pokemon? I came up with that one. I personally like the idea of it, kind of. But I wanted to see what the community would do. And Dooley jumps in and says, "No, you can't take my extra Mewtwo's. No way. I'll stop playing." Little smiley face there. And then follows up with, "I have my lucky Mewtwo, my shiny Mewtwo, my shadow Mewtwo, my armor Mewtwo, and several standard Mewtwo's. You can't have them, Niantic. They're all mine."
Yeah, but see, if there was a limit, would that limit, you would have that limit per costume? It would be your favorite, Charles. Even with the limit, you could still have like 50 Pikachus.
Oh my gosh. No. What did Mock G say?
All right, so we've actually, this has probably been
great responses here.
A lot of responses and mixed responses as well. So like you said, Mock G, I would use my gacha a lot less, as I would be on the lookout for shinies. Also, it would be harder to get perfect IV Pokemon.
But no, it just means you have to trash them. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, so you can so before you said there was a limited number of times you could catch it. So now you're kind of modifying it.
You're right, I did say that. I don't know. We could talk about that at the end of this, but this is interesting. So, Digi Pair is one gonna guess P3AR. It says, I want to read the TLDR because they got a really good long write up here. I'm going to jump to the end. Thanks for reading my TED Talk.
Yeah, that's Sylveon on base, by the way. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. TLDR, this would make things better, in my opinion. It'd make it so people use more of their Pokemon instead of the 10 Pokemon that are top-rated Pokemon. Yeah. We just saw Joe on stream do like 6 Machamps going into a battle. So, yeah. You would know what you have instead of Raiders of the Lost Ark size storage. Trading would be easier as you would only have a set amount of that Pokemon. Trading would be worth it instead of just buying a remote raid pass and raiding when you want around the world. I think it can be done better and in a friendly way. The storage, the way it is now, not now, something like that. But yeah, he talks about what he's holding on to. He's got a lot in storage, and he just uses the auto-generated raid teams, which I do too. A good point. Do you have comments on this point?
No, yeah, I 100% agree. One of the biggest issues I think with Pokemon Go in general, especially compared to the main series games, is, and we've talked about this before, you don't really form a personal attachment with any of your Pokemon.
Right.
And so whereas in the main series games, you make that choice for your starter and it matters. You
Yeah.
basically keep that starter the entire game. And it I don't know. It just it doesn't feel like much here. And we're also missing EVs, which I'm pretty sure are effort values is what they stand for. That's another hidden stat in the games where the more you use a Pokemon, the better they are in the main series games as well. And so, in general, I really, really miss that component. And I don't know, I don't think limiting the number that you can catch is the solution to that. And I don't know if there is a solution to that. I think they tried to do that with buddies, but even then, it's still not that great. But yeah, it's just.
Yeah. Now I didn't play the main series games, right? I did get the Let's Go Eevee, so my starter was picked for me, but it still mattered because I don't ever get rid of Eevee. Eevee's always with me, right? So it levels up as we go through. It gets stronger as we go through. It learns things as we go through, and then I get the trainer machines, and I make it kind of the balanced attacker and defender of my team because it's always going to be the strongest because it's always with me. I have my favorite Beedrill in that game. You know, it matters. You catch one, you don't like it. All right, we'll send it back to the professor or whatever. Or when you catch another one, and that definitely matters, and it doesn't here. And I don't know what the solution is, but I think limiting what you could get, and even with the caveat of you can trash it, but you only have like 3 spots to hold Eevee, or whatever. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I feel like they need, and we've had similar ideas in the past, but I feel like they need. Like if they introduced EVs, they would also need more PvE stuff, I think. And so more PvE battles, being able to level up your Pokemon specifically through PvE, like training with your Pokemon, even if it's not an actual PvE battle, doing some kind of a training, like a training mini game to increase your EVs in specific ways that doesn't necessarily impact CP, or maybe it does impact CP and it'll be another nuance for PvP as well, keeping your CP low while balancing which IVs you have and which EVs you have. Now that might be a lot more complex than a lot of people want to know, but to other people it will add more nuance and they will like it as well. Just something a bit extra. I also think that if they went with our idea where you unlock costumes instead of catching costumed Pokemon, I think that would make stuff more valuable as well. So you can be like, okay, this is my favorite Pikachu. Let's put my favorite costume on that Pikachu instead of different Pikachu being locked into their costumes. I think that would go a long way into individualizing your Pokemon as well. But anyway, that's not exactly what this discussion was about, but I think that is a good discussion to have as well. Just the core of this is, in my opinion, if they made it so you can only catch a certain number, it would impact specifically having Pokemon that you cared more about.
Gotcha. You've got Grayson there.
Yes. So we've got Grayson plays 7. I think that this would be a bad idea. So to remind, because we went off on a tangent, the discussion is how would the game change if Niantic limited the number of times you could catch each Pokemon? So Grayson says, I think this would be a bad idea because there are the collectors who like to have more than like 10 more of one Pokemon, or people that like to have lots of shinies. And if they did this, say the limit for Gible is 3, you could only have like 3 shiny Gible instead of 5 or whatever you have. Yep. And apparently Grayson is Curran's.
Yep.
So
all right, Mac 825. It was definitely one of our patrons says, I thought I was good with this, but honestly, this could be the dumbest thing to come out of Charles's mouth. It would kill plus gotcha usage. You would have almost no reason for nests. I literally have no reason for nest, but I know I'm not the only person playing this game. And play for me anyway would come to an end. I mean, I do have way too many Pokemon that I should just throw away. But being that I've caught over 250,000 Pokemon, I couldn't dare think of a limit. All
Now,
right, that's fair. I get it.
that is very fair. But what if they still kept the catch mechanic, but instead of getting more copies of the Pokemon, you still got the candies?
Okay,
And
or you have to pick. Do you keep it or candy it instantly?
yeah, and then you could always trash, like, because originally this was you can only catch a certain number, but if you could only keep a certain number, then yeah. So it would hinder trading. That I think would be a biggest hindrance. It would hinder the people who want to collect, have their entire box full of one specific Pokemon because that's their favorite Pokemon. There are some niche players out there that want to play a very specific way. But yeah, it always, for me, it always goes back to, I wish I was more emotionally invested in specific Pokemon.
And to be clear, this was a question which has spawned a lot of great discussion here. Not so much of I think this should happen there, but if you can skim Jacket K, because Jacket K again writes a really good response here. I mean, you can read it if you want to. Do it. It's yours, Joe. Do what you want.
Yeah, so Jacket K wrote a 5-page essay for us.
It's not that bad.
So he says, as I think it was preluded, this game would change drastically since several of the game's mechanics are built around collecting as many as you can to build up the resources. Not exactly for better or worse, but it would be a very different game. I can hear myself.
Okay. I'm trying to. Sorry, I'm teaching.
Okay.
How about now? Is that better?
Yeah, I can't hear myself now, but I could fully hear myself there for a moment. Yeah, and then Pokemon Candy XL and Normal is a resource exclusively built around catching more Pokemon than you need. As it and Stardust are the two resources you need to power up your existing Pokemon to usable levels. It basically fundamentally would change the game, which, we knew that. I believe I said as much when you suggested this topic, that it would fundamentally change the game. But
Sure,
it has sparked a lot of really, really great discussion. There's even more to Jacket K's comments here, but since we're already 35 minutes into it, I think we're just gonna have to skim it. Sorry, Jacket K, I know you're here live, but yeah, he says. Basically, yeah, it would fundamentally change the game. We would have to redo a ton of the mechanics in the game, but and he goes on to say, I was being very critical about the game, about you not caring about specific Pokemon. He does mention there are some mechanics in the game to encourage you to build bonds with your Pokemon, such as the buddy system and things like that. And he does recognize that the buddy system doesn't necessarily have the best perks, but they do objectively become better Pokemon in general. And so I guess if you wanted to look at it that way, becoming best buddies with somebody or with a Pokemon kind of facilitates the EVs portion that the main series games has. So yeah.
Duly noted. Just gave Jacket K a gift sub on her thing. So, thank you, duly noted. And this.
I think that's 5 weeks in a row. I think for Dooley giving out a gift sub.
It says they give him 5. That may make sense. But this one's for you, Dooley. All right. I was giving a little feedback. That I was a little quiet, so hopefully that tweaks. Nope. It says they can't hear me, but you can hear me.
They can't. Right? They can't hear Charles at all. Aaron, yeah, I can hear you. Here, talk, Charles.
I'm talking. Sorry about it.
So
this is a good time to take the break.
Yeah.
We'll fix this, and we'll come right back with the.
You're quiet, but according to OBS, you are coming through.
All right. So I just put the
All right.
marker in.
We will be back. All right. And bam, we're at commercial.
All right. So I turned on automatic game
Oh.
control.
So,
Yes.
whatever you did, whenever I talk, I can't hear you at all. Or whenever I talk,
All right.
if we're talking at the same time, you're gone. Your audio is gone completely.
What is going? Because it was crunching you down a little bit when I was talking, and so I'm like, okay, is that? But I don't know what would have changed the sound. Although I did notice, what if I do this? What does that do? Is that better or worse?
Test. Go ahead and talk. Test,
Check,
test,
1,
test,
2,
test.
3.
Yeah, that's better. That's
Okay.
100% better.
That's weird. I'm not going to go into all the details, but that's weird. That shouldn't work the way it's working, but I will take it. So as long as everything's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I'm coming through the
Oh.
phone. We can still barely hear you, is what they said. But you can hear me just fine, right, Joe?
Yeah, I can hear you. I mean, you are quiet.
Why? That's
I mean, I can
weird.
turn you up in OBS. There,
Yeah.
I cranked you to max on OBS.
Well, I don't want you to have to be a max. You know, I'm gonna hit reset voice settings.
Okay, Dooley says if I'm an 8, you're a 3. And bam. Wah. Dun dun dun.
No, why is it picking that camera?
Whoa.
Give me a second.
It changed microphones as well.
Yeah, give me a second.
Oh boy. Sorry guys, let me turn. He went from a 3 to a 15.
Phone.
All right. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. That
I can't
should be
see you, but I can hear you.
Oh, it defaulted to some crap.
Snap camera. Okay, I can see you now.
All right. So, how's the sound? How's everything?
You're coming through louder now for me. On the stream side, how's his volume now? Much better is what we're getting.
All right.
Weird.
Just for giggles, because I know like Rocketti's looking at certain things. I'm in Discord using the voice and video. I don't want it. I don't think I'm gonna leave it on automatically determine input sensitivity. But
I leave that off.
I usually do too, but right now it's on. And you say I sound better. Noise suppression's on. The video stuff's on. Echo cancellation's on. Advanced voice activity's on, which was all on before. Automatic gain control I had turned off. And you said I was quiet. I turned it back on. You said it's better. I don't want it to knock down anybody. All right. I don't know. So everything's good?
It seems to be, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it be. I don't even have music picked out. So whatever this one is.
I want to be the very best.
I ate that one last week.
Singing Encyclopedia. Coming up, Normal Pokemon Part 1. Here we go.
Welcome back. Oh, there's more music.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that was like a little intro clip that needs to be clipped out.
Yeah, it does. You're right, because that's a really cool clip to come back from. Now for Normal Pokemon. Hey, we're back. We're back. We got some headlines to hit before we get out of here tonight. Sylveon is coming. In Sylveon,
Sylveon is coming to town. Yeah, so we talked about Sylveon.
Like Dirty Hippie Sylveon.
Yeah. So yeah, we knew that Sylveon was coming. It was pretty obvious. We mentioned it was going to be coming during this Luminous event because of it being a fairy type. But yes, part 2 of the Luminous event, which doesn't start for another almost 2 weeks. May 25th is when we will get.
Oh crap! You're right. Dang it! I got ahead of it because it says part 1. I was like, no, soon.
No, yeah, part 1 starts next week, and that's when we get Yveltal. And then Pancham is also getting added to the list of red eggs, the strange eggs. I really don't like some of the junk that they have in the red eggs. The red eggs, well, I've mentioned this before, but I think that it should just be stacked full of awesomeness. But yeah, there's some junk like quillfish in there. Junk. Um, so along with this, we will be having Houndour and Carvana appearing more in the wild, and then also several of the Pokemon that we've been having during the event. So, Spritzy, Swirlix, and Goomy. 7K eggs are they've got a Alolan Rattata, Alolan Meowth, Alolan Grimer, and then oh shoot, why am I blanking on the Pooch's name? The Pooch.
There's a couple of dogs in this.
Yeah, there is. Chad will get me in just a second. And then Skuntank and Sneasel and it's Purloin.
Puchina?
Yeah, it is Puchaina. You're right. And then we can use a Charge TM to get rid of Frustration. So that's on your Shadow Pokemon. So that's starting on the 18th at 10 a.m. local time. So make sure to wait. And then in Time to Research, you can find Galarian Zigzagoon. And then and that's Team Go Rocket Time to Research. And then in event exclusive field research, you can get Galarian Zigzagoon and Scrafty. There is another global challenge. I don't know. I almost feel like the global challenges are worthless. Like, I just ignore them most of the time. Like, they're not worthless because we do get bonuses from them, but we know we're going to get them. We've never failed to get one, even when we should have failed to get one at the first Go Fest. So, I don't know. We're going to get it. We're going to get the special bonus, and then it will be...
Never going to get it. Never. I'm sorry about that.
Then we're going to have triple catch experience. So there's that. The shiny Galarian Zigzagoon is going to be coming out as well. So all of the black is going to turn to kind of a maroonish color. And then his eyes and his tongue are a baby blue. So he's going to have some baby blue accents as well. I don't know. What do you think of the shiny Galarian Zigzagoon? Because you really like Obstagoon, right? Isn't he one of your favorites? His evolved form?
Yeah. I like that name didn't sound familiar, but when I look at it, like, oh no, yeah, he's like a werewolf. Yeah, I do like the shiny. Also, I like both. The black and white is really, really sharp, but that red and white with the blue added in, it'll just a little bit on Zigzagoon, but Linoon and then Obstagoon. It looks really good.
So it goes from Galarian Zigzagoon to American Zigzagoon. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but if you evolve the Galarian Zigzagoon of the Obstagoon, you just joined the Kiss Army.
Yes, you do.
Ask your parents about that one.
And then part 2 starts on May 25th. And that's when Sylveon will be making its debut. You have to earn hearts with Eevee as your buddy in order to evolve into Sylveon. And there will be Sylveon-inspired avatar items available in the shop. They are reworking the 7K eggs completely. Like, there's no crossover between the two setups at all. Basically, the 7K eggs during the Sylveon part 2 of the event are going to be all babies plus Eevee. Well, not all of the babies, but it's Cleffa, Togepi, Igglybuff, and Azurill, and then Spritzy, Swirlix, and Eevee. In raids, all of the evolutions except Sylveon will be appearing in raid. Well, not all. I take that back. I'm sorry. Gen 1 and Gen 2 evolutions will be appearing in raids. You're going to get EVs all over the place. I'm almost surprised that there's not some some wonderful costumes for Charles. Maybe something new instead of the flower crown.
They did the flower crown Sylveon. We saw
Well,
the freaking code die.
They added the sprite because you could still have flower crown Eevees that could evolve into it, but there's not flower crowns for this event.
Okay. All right.
So,
Got it.
well, clearly they need bow ties. We need some bow tie evolutions. It'll be great. Some red and white polka dot. Well, no, the polka dots need to be Pokeballs. So it needs to be, Pokeball dotted bow ties on the evolutions. It'll be perfect.
Everybody, it's been an okay 4-year run. I'm sorry to say I'm leaving the show as of right now.
Well, before he does, they're mixing up the Mega Evolutions. Houndoom, Mega Gyarados, Lopunny, and Pidgeot will be appearing in raids. Or no, it's telling you to remember to evolve. I'm sorry, I misread the infographic we've got. Evolve those to get extra candies. So when you Mega Evolve somebody, you get a bonus on candies for those types.
Yeah.
So
I don't Mega Evolve. I heard that's a gateway drug to other evolutions. So I just stay away from it. It's okay.
You know, in
Straight.
Minecraft, there's a thing called a composter, and you can put flowers in there to get bone meal. That's kind of what you do with all of the flower crown Pokemon is you just send to the composter for candy, right?
No, I'm worse than that. I'll keep the candy. Just take them. Just get rid of them. I don't care. Keep them. Some interesting things coming up. But we forgot to talk about next week's discussion because of some audio issues here. So next week, I had the idea. Let me go back to see what triggered me on the chart. There was something on the chart. I'm like, oh, that's what I want to ask about. Do I see it? I don't see what triggered it. So the one I had before, that I thought of before I saw this graphic, was I lost that too. Dang it, Joe! I had some good discussions. Do you have a discussion? Maybe we'll come up with it by the end of the show. If I think about it, I'll go ooh, and we'll talk about it. All right.
Yeah. So if we hear ooh, that's because Charles. That's the sound Charles makes when a light bulb goes off.
Kind of is. Trainers who dodge players in Great Battle League will now be penalized in the newest Force update. Okay, first, really TLDR, how do you dodge a player in Great Battle League?
You just leave the match. You force close the app.
So they will now be penalized in the newest Force update if they don't quickly rejoin the match. And the short version is, the matchmaking screen, upon being matched with an opponent, trainers were able to dodge the match with no penalty if they quickly closed and then restarted the application. Now alternatives to exit the battle after being matched to the battle. Hey, if you didn't start the battle, does it affect the other player if you just quit out before the battle starts?
I'm not actually sure what happens. Apparently, they don't have an issue, but I don't know if the person who's battling gets counted as a win. Anybody in chat know? Because everyone knows at this point. Okay, so Rock Eddie says yes, you don't get the win. At least he's pretty sure. So. Yeah, so it sounds like you don't get credit for the win if they dodge out.
But you get a loss. That's.
They don't get a loss.
Right, you don't get a loss. You don't get a win. Do you lose any resources? I'm just trying to figure out if there's damage being done. So there it is. I fully understand it. Other than that, I've heard about this with other games where you'll get penalized. But in those games, the battle just starts and somebody drops out and it really screws up the resources and everything else for the other team. But if there's no harm here, why are we fixing a problem that's not a problem?
My guess is the biggest issue with this is actually at high level PvP where you recognize the player's name and you're dodging specifically because you don't want to get matched against that player. And so they're working the system to avoid getting losses on their account so that they can be higher up on the leaderboard. That's my guess. on where the most abused portion of this is happening. Plus, I mean, there's the factor of no one likes to have their time wasted.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like I don't know. All right, it's because you're facing a bad lead. If you start off with a bad lead, you're probably going to lose.
It's true. They really ought to fix PvP in general, and because of that specific issue, when you go in, that first Pokemon that is sent out by both can often determine the entire match.
And yeah, no, I totally get that. Jackie K is saying, because I'm asking about the damage. He says, from what I'm hearing about the new update, when your opponent leaves, it just appears as them standing still on your end. In the past, it would count as a battle loss on both ends. And Rocky said yes because we lost out. No, he said lost out on the win. But Jackie K says in the past, it would count that battle lost on both ends. So if that's the case, okay, Rocky followed up. Okay, confirmed. If your opponent quits at the start, you will still get the win, but it doesn't affect the quitter stats. But now you'll be penalized. They'll be penalized with a loss.
Good.
I don't know. You know what? There's our discussion. There's our discussion for next week. Is it really hurting anybody if we quit out of Go Battle League? I keep calling it Great Battle League, but no, it's like Go Battle League or whatever it is. GBL, right? That's the question. Does it really affect you, penalize you in the game? That's the phrasing. Does it really penalize you in the game if your opponent quits GBL? But yes, we talked about it waste your time. Nobody likes that happening. And, you know, and then people can go research it. They can look. They can talk about their own experiences. Disappointing Terry won't comment because he's disappointing. But that's all good. But there's our discussion. I knew it'd come up somehow, some way. All right. Well, but now it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't matter. But we do want to discuss it. But yeah, as of that update, if you don't join back in and fight that battle and lose that battle that you dodged because you knew you're going to lose it, you're still going to get the loss. Okay, sound settings are remembered when signing in and out. I don't know about the rest of you, but that's huge for me. No more deafening music blasting unexpectedly. You know what? I have not had my music turned back on in a long time. I don't log in and out very much anymore. Remember in the early days it used to log us out all the time and you have to redo your settings? Do you ever, well, I guess if you have multiple accounts, you would log in and out constantly, wouldn't you?
That's exactly what I was thinking. People such as Terry, I don't know if Terry has multiple devices or not, like Barry. Barry has like 7 phones hooked up in his car in a bunch of different ways, and just as many gotchas. He's got stripes on his arm for all the gotchas. Anyway, so yeah, people who are playing multiple accounts from the same device, this will be huge, especially people like, say, with kids who have their kids' accounts on their devices as well, logging out of their own to go to their kids' account and things like that. So I think this is great. That way you're not deafened, like they said, each time.
Yeah. And it's really loud. And only one time by accident, I had Bluetooth in. I was listening to a podcast and I logged into the game and I was just like, you want to rip your ears out. It was a lot. So thank you for that, remembering that setting. Even though it doesn't affect me that much anymore, it's important. The shortage of Pokeballs is starting to become extremely noticeable. TLDR is,
It's the title.
we can't get the balls anymore. It is tough.
And we talked about this last week as well, that people have been saying that gifts aren't giving nearly as much, and it's a huge thing to notice. And just spinning stops doesn't seem to be giving as much balls either.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, they're talking about how, now obviously this is a high-end player who plays a lot because they've had to delete 500 plus Pokeballs per day because they're taking up too much backspace. I've definitely been known to delete 100 or so Pokeballs when it's taking up too much backspace. Now, I mean, I'm not complaining, but I definitely can confirm anecdotally that now when I look at my stuff, my Pokeballs, I have under 100 of the regular. I've got 17 Great Balls and 26 Ultra Balls. I've had to delete Ultra and Great Balls in the past because I had over 150 each, and I wasn't playing enough to use them because obviously the guys you won't use those, so on and so forth. Now it's like, I better make a really good throw with this because I only have 26 Ultra Balls to try to get this hard to catch Pokemon. So do you think they're going to do anything about it, Joe?
We'll
Or you
see.
think going back-
And it could just be people just feeling like they're getting less. One of the top comments on here is, hey, record the data to see if you actually are getting less. Because that's originally what the Sylph Road was created for. Well, I guess not originally. When the game came out, that's what the Sylph Road became, I should say. Because originally the Sylph Road, for those that don't know, here's your random trivia for tonight because we're running over anyway. The Sylph Road subreddit was originally created to facilitate trades across the world. That's what the original plan was before we knew anything about the game. And it turned into, hey, we are going to be a research group, and we're gonna research all the different mechanics of the game. So it was interesting to see how the Sylph Road evolved. But anyway, yeah, the top comment on this post is saying, hey, mark your data down, send your data in to either support or refute the theory posted here that we're getting less Pokeballs.
Yeah. It feels like it to me. But again, I'm very, very not good at measuring things. So, all right. Moving on. Luminous Legends Y. Yveltal joins.
Yeah.
Team Rocket wants to end on the action. Well, that is a very Team Rocket Pokemon. I mean, if there was any kind of Pokemon that was the logo for Team Rocket, it's Yveltal.
Well, and his lore, he sucks the life out of people. But we've actually already talked about this. We had the infographic at the beginning, so we can go ahead and move on to the next one.
Please invite me to this one. I want this one. It looks so good. Enjoy a Pokemon Go special weekend in May with Verizon and other partners. All right. Well, I have Verizon. Let's see what I'm getting. In May, we're hosting a Pokemon Go special weekend. They've done this in the past. Verizon in the U.S. Sorry, sprinters. 7-Eleven in Mexico. 7-Eleven Mexico in Mexico. And
Yoshinoya.
Thank you. Yoshinoya in Japan. Trainers with an event ticket will be able to enjoy time research. Okay, I always have to go through this. The ticket has a code you can redeem on our offer redemption website. Okay. Access using the event ticket acquired from participating Go partner either physically or digitally. How do I get it? That's what I want to know. Right now, that's all I want to know. We'll talk about the rest.
Generally, you have.
There's a website here.
Yeah, that says there's a website. A lot of times you can just click on the events thing, although that's not in here. They've still got stuff from 2020 in here. Oh, man. Update your events page, Niantic.
Okay.
No, there isn't.
So if you're a Verizon customer, there's an app called My Verizon app, right? And that's every month. That's where we go and claim our rewards for the month and super tickets and all that other stuff if you can get into them. That's how you do it in the United States. Because I clicked on the link. The link to the whole read on this headline is in our show notes. And inside of that read, down towards the bottom, is how you get it. And it has a link for each country for that partner. And the Verizon one is the My Verizon app, which I'm going to open right now as you go through what's going to go on in this event.
Yeah. So the event is Saturday, May 29th and Sunday, May 30th. So that weekend, the event will feature Clefairy, Jigglypuff, Eevee, Marill, Sableye, Stunky, Spritzee, and Swirlix, specifically through Incense. And it will also, it says if you're lucky, you might find a shiny Eevee, which to me implies that there will be boosted rates for shiny Eevee specifically, since shiny Eevee is already out and about. There will be a specific unknown based on which event you are taking part of. So there is...
I was just going real quick, scroll down on the app. It comes to this slider, that's little squares, and it talks about your monthly reward for Verizon Up. But yeah, more rewards, more Pokemon for Verizon Up. So it's under your Up rewards is how you fund it. Carry on, sir.
Yeah. So for Verizon, it'll be Unknown V. For 7-Eleven, it'll be unknown S. For Yoshinoya, it'll be unknown Y. So they just are the first letter of each of those. And well, there isn't a numerical 7, so they took the S for 7-Eleven. So it will also feature event-exclusive timed research, and there's a variety of rewards with that. Increased chance of getting lucky friends, earn double XP for catching Pokemon. You'll get an exclusive medal. That's pretty standard with events in general, is you get a special, with ticketed events in general, you get a special medal saying that you went to the event.
Yeah.
Trade distance is increased. The number of gifts you can send is doubled. The number of gifts you can open is doubled. I phrased that wrong. But yeah, so that is in a couple of weeks. And I am not a Verizon person. I am a Sprint person. So, da da da.
So I'm going back in. I'll just walk everybody through it real quick. If you have Verizon and you've ever used the up rewards, you kind of know how to do this already. But yes, get the Verizon app for your phone, the My Verizon app. Open it up. Go to the up. It says Verizon up, and it's a little square. It says up at the bottom menu across the bottom. If you haven't gotten your monthly one, you can pick through that at the top, and then it has bonus rewards. And the very first one was was Pokemon. And I just touched it, and it gave me that standard instructions of, hey, it's going to open the portal when you click this link. Your code's at the bottom of the screen. And it even has a button that says copy code. I just did all this on my phone in the time that it took Joe to say all that other stuff very quickly. So I copied the code, hit the link. It takes you to the Pokemon rewards website that we have to use on Apple, right? Because they can't do it directly through the app on Apple. And boom, I pasted it, done. And now it should show up in my game here shortly. So there's that. So if you have Verizon, like I do, congratulations, you're in. If you don't, it sucks. Okay, there it goes. Congratulations. You have successfully redeemed an offer online. Tap OK to see it. There's my medal. May 2021 Verizon.
Dun, dun, dun.
You'll never see it personally. There you go. So there's that. So I'm in. I get to do all that. It does feel unbalanced when they do these, but Verizon's paying them and Sprint isn't. I guess is a justification there. All right, last one here. Gible is June 6th. That's it. That's the tweet. Go Community Day. Ooh, I'm down with that, man. Gible, June 6th. That's the best announcement they've ever made. Literally, so it was Gible, period. June 6th, period. That's it. That's the tweet. Hashtag Pokemon Go Community Day. That was great marketing right there. Beautiful.
Yep. Yeah, they just said save the date. So
but Gible's good. Gible is for that.
Gible is good. I opened up the link. One of the top comments here is from Trainer Tips. It's happening. It's happening. And he's got the gift from the Office. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right.
All right. Real quick. Kittens and high fives. We're going to go with that one instead of knives because it probably is kittens and high fives. But just side note, kittens, knives. Pretty cool. Pretty cool name, too. Just saying.
Meowth's going to stab you, yo.
Yeah, right. So welcome to our group, patreon.com/Pokemon Go Podcast. And there's a note, Joe. I can read it. You can read it. Read it.
So I'll just TLDR it. He put the post. He sent us a message on Facebook, but he also
you got to dramatic read this thing.
Okay. All right. But he also posted it on our Discord, and he said, basically, are you serious, Charles? You want to go to Nashville when you could be in Atlanta for GoFest? And he mentions a few different places that are amazing, littered with Pokestops, and he's just questioning your sanity, basically.
Go Georgia Tech. I'm with you on that one. It says, no, Joe, you got. I'll read it. It's short because this is crazy. Guys, after hearing the last episode and hearing that you were going to drive to Nashville for a GoFest meet, I thought to myself, Charles is crazy. He already lives in Georgia. Nashville, Charles? Really? As an Atlanta metro area resident, you know how great playing Georgia Tech is with all those Pokestops and such. I do. Please, for the love of Arceus, have it in Atlanta. I'm begging you. We don't have a ride to Nashville and live here already. Thank you in advance. Kittens and high fives. You gotta put the spirit to that because they put the spirit in writing it. Well, we don't have time to talk about it now, but Joe, let's discuss it this week. See what's going on. Honestly, I was trying not to be selfish because I felt like it'd be selfish to tell Joe and Cheeky and everybody else to drive to Atlanta because it's only 30 minutes for me and it's 3 hours for them. You make a good point. It makes a good point.
Atlanta's about the same distance as Nashville from me, to be honest.
Well, there you go. Hi, I'm Cheeky, and I'm from Atlanta.
All right.
And I tell you, Joe, you come into my town, and you say Hot Atlanta, I'm gonna hot slap you. Is what I'm gonna do.
Why would I say Hot Atlanta?
Thank you, because weirdo ran that stupid. You goofball. All right, Joe. The random trivia was so.
Plus, there's another benefit to going to Atlanta. You already know where all the best sushi is, because I was promised we were getting sushi that weekend. I'm just saying.
No, I got you, man. We'll go up to Marietta to Sushi U. Love Sushi U. So good. So, yeah. There's all kind of great places downtown, too. Raw. Oh, dude, now you got me on sushi restaurant top. No, Joe. Bad Joe. All right. Email us. Show up Pokemon Go Podcast. And you're going, wait, there's trivia. No, he did that in the Self-Road Talk, which is great trivia. I like that. Give more trivia like that, too. Like the evolution of things around the game is really cool. Email us. Show at PokemonGoPodcast.com. If you have a speak pipe, and there might have been some tonight, but we ran out of time. But you can leave it. We'll still play them next week. PokemonGoPodcast.com. It's on the right-hand side of the screen. You know what to do. Reddit's r/Pokemon Go Podcast. Facebook's Pokemon Go Podcast. Like kittens and high fives. Messages there. That is very cool. Twitter is at Pokemon Go Pod. And Thursday nights live, 8 p.m. Eastern, is Pokemon Go Podcast. Twitch.tv/Pokemon Go Podcast. And you can join awesome people like... Yep, gotta be careful. Glitch Pike, Commander Root, which is a bot, Dooley Productions, LAP, Flask Copy from the Helicare, that's a bot, Jacket K, Mr. Tambourine 19, 705. Talked about you earlier. It's so awesome raiding with you this week. School of Rock Eddie, which you go follow that channel. School of Rock Eddie, go follow it. Sylveon on bass, Squishy Twitchy, my favorite bot of all time, the real Mac 825, which we talked about you tonight. We read your discussion on Twitch. Twitch Growth Discord. That sounds interesting. And Weird Tigger 27. Welcome back. So you can join us all there. And where can they find you on the web, Joe?
You can find me on Twitter at Joseph_Ard. Where can they find you, Mr. McFall?
At Rock Out of Pod. And you can check out also at Finding the Stories on Twitter and Finding the Stories on Instagram. There's not much going on right there yet. I've got to get more into the habit of putting stuff out there. But I'm working on season 2 of Finding the Stories, which you can find at anchor.fm/Finding the Stories. Tune in next week to hear Joe scream,
I want Nori Nori! Yum, yum, yum. That's a sushi restaurant in Atlanta.
Oh, my goodness.